Hello and welcome back to LJP Resin Craft. So today I've got two projects. So I'm going to be doing a vase on a tray, so it'll be kind of like that. And I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to make a cream. I don't have a cream, so I'm going to make one. Then I'm going to do a small amount of gold as just accenting it, and then a main part is going to be, so its main part is going to be the green and the cream with the highlights of the gold. And then once those have done, I will be sticking the sticker on, and then that's basically how it's going to be. So sticker on, and then it's going to be a top coat afterwards to stick them down. Then we've got a hedgehog planter, and for this we're going to do gold, green, blue. So yeah, it's a chameleon powder, and I'm just going to fully paint that colour. But rather than painting it black or filling it with black, I am going to fill it with white, because I want to see if it keeps that colour or if it takes on some other colours. So let me get this painted. I have just measured these. Hopefully I'll be able to mix the correct amount, so that they just need to dry out. It is with alcohol, so even if I pour now, it will be fine, but it's a little bit much alcohol. So yeah, let me get that painted up, and then I will pour enough to do these, and then I will do enough to pour that. I'm going to do it in sections today, so let me get started with painting this. Okay, I am back, and I've mixed up the resin, and I am just mixing the sides and making certain I'm getting it off the sides and the bottom. So just mixing all that up. Should only take a few minutes. Once I've done that, I will separate it into the cups that I've already got ready. So I'm gonna first do the green, so I'll give it a nice scoop of green into the cup. So just do that, and there we go, that's all the green. And the next I will be making up the cream by adding the white and then adding a little bit of yellow. So here goes the white, a nice chunk of that. And then, like I said, just gonna add the yellow next. So here we go, it's only going to be a little bit of yellow, and then I'll mix the colours in the cup and try not to knock it over again. And see if it looks creamy enough, and it doesn't. And I just throw mica everywhere. So I'm adding another little bit of yellow, so just to get that creaminess as I want it. So yeah, there we go, another little bit of yellow, and then again mix it around. Now we're getting more of a creamy colour, so I'm happy with that. The next one is in the little cup. We're only going to do a little bit of gold. So just put a little bit of gold in here. And then I will be adding all the resin to the cups. So yeah, just sort out those. Okay, so we'll start with adding it to the cream, seeing as though I wanted to throw a little bit of white mica powder in there. There we go, a little bit in there, into the green. I'm more or less going to be half filling each of these cups, and the gold just a little bit to mix the mica powder with, because like I said, it's only going to be highlighting of that colour. It's not going to be mixed in with the rest of the colours. So yeah, just tipping all those, and then I'm going to keep some clear, so I'm gonna grab another cup and just separate a little bit of clear out, because the last couple of times I've measured, I've always been short, so I overestimated what I thought we would need after measuring them, and I'm just going to do a little bit of clear that I can always add in if need be. So we will do that, and so yep, just getting this clear into a little silicone jug. Just get it all out. And I seem to be getting it everywhere, making a right mess. And I think that's more or less it. Yep, there we go. Right, so now I'm going to start mixing the colours. So start with the gold, and just mix all the mica powder in. Once I've finished mixing it, I will then leave it to stand while I'm mixing the others. Just make certain that the mica powder doesn't float to the top. If it does, then I'm going to have to re-stir it. Just clearing some of that mess up there. But yeah, finish mixing this. And I think I used a little bit too much mica powder in it. So I just wanted to give that a nice good mix. Okay, onto the cream now. Get that mixed in. I think it is going to turn out a little bit more yellow than I was expecting, but I'm okay with that. It's still a light colour and I'm looking for light colours, so I'm happy with it looking a little bit more yellow than white cream wise, but it's still, I'm happy with the colour. I am. So again, mixing it all in. I need to get all the mica powder mixed in because it was a fair bit of mica powder. And yep, just mixing. And then leave that to stand again, just in case there's any mica that floats up. And onto the green. So again, get that all mixed in. and at this point I can already see bits floating in the gold, so I know I'm going to need to mix the gold. So yeah, I will finish this green and move on to remixing the gold, and then just let them stand for a little bit. Mica is light, so if there is any that's not being mixed, it will float to the top, and so it's easy to tell. The yellow cream also needs mixing. There we go. So get that mixed in again, and then move on to the gold. Just double checking, and yes, it does need remixing. So it's always good to make certain that all your colours are mixed in correctly. So yeah, just get that wiped off, and then mix the green. No, go back to mixing the gold. So yep, mix the gold again, get it all mixed in this time, and I think I will go back and give the green another mix as well, just to be on the safe side. I'd rather make certain that it's all done than having loose pigments, loose mica powder. So yeah, just give that another quick stir, and then once these are stirred in, I will be putting them into the bubble remover, and then we just need to let them debubble, and I think we'll be back once we're ready to pour, and I'll confirm at that point what it is that we're planning on doing. So yeah, bubble remover, and then I will be back.
Okay, so we have the resin debubbled and ready to pour. So, like I said, I've just, this mould, it expands a little bit, so I've just put some moulds to kind of keep its shape. And then what I'm going to do is, with the gold, I am going to, let me just give it a quick spray, and then I'm just gonna yeah, like that. And then same with the jar. So just gonna leave it like that while I do the rest. So with these, I'm just gonna be a case of a little bit of yellow, green, yellow, green, right. Before I go any further, I'm just gonna go around and make certain I get any bubbles that could be trapped. Okay, there we go. Just I'm just gonna There we go. There we go. A little bit more. Right, so with this one, it's going to be a case of white, green, well, I say white, it's cream, so considering I measured and it's still completely wrong. So it's a good thing, but what I might do is rather than mix up the colours again, I think I'm still going to need some more, but I'm just going to go white, oh clear even. And kind of see if it merges. I think it will a little bit, not full colour, or it might go see-through. Right, I'm going to get another couple of ounces mixed up and I will be right back. Okay, so I have some clear resin, and for a change I thought I'll put some gold leaf in there. So I've got that ready to pour. I've mixed up some white for the hedgehog, so I'm going to get that put in the bubble remover now. Excuse the noise because it is going in the bubble remover, and I'm going to get this poured, so let me move it back where you can see it. There's a lot of mess today. I have made a lot of mess. Okay, so give that a last pour. There we go. That's that. I'm going to try and just move it over here out the way. There we go. Screw zoomed out a little bit. There we go. With that, I'm gonna just put into here. So that's just going to go into the extras. I might actually back that with the white if I've got any leftover white. So I'll leave that for now, and I will come back once the white has finished in the bubble remover. Okay, so we've just finished the bubble remover. So just getting the white out of that, and then we will pour. So let's get, okay. Okay, so here we go. Let's get it poured. So I'm going to pour it down the sides and then squeeze it to make certain we get all the bubbles out, and hope that it doesn't disturb the mica powder painting. Just try and get it into all the little bumps on the side. So just, only thing I can think to do that is literally just go like that. Okay, there we go. And then start pouring. Sorry, I keep knocking the camera, or should I say the stand. And this one is more or less a simple, just pour and leave, and hopefully it turns out okay. So there we go, that's that. And I said that I'm going to add a bit of the white, and hopefully it doesn't merge too much. There we go. Okay, so, and then I've got, what's that? Oh, it's just a bit of the clear coming through. Okay, so I've got a little bit, but probably not. I might get one of those. We'll see. Let's have a look. Well, not quite full, but I think it's enough to be fine. I think it's gone past the actual markings of the mask. So yeah, there we go. Right, so we'll leave those two cure, and then come back when it's time to demold. Just get those bubbles, make certain no bubbles there, all bubbles there, and looks like I've overfilled that, so let me Okay. Okay, that should be fine. Shouldn't overflow anymore. Yep, that should be good now. Right, so I will leave those and we'll be back when we're ready for the demold. Okay, so we are back for the demolding. So with this one, I am going to not demold it just yet because I don't know if you can see that this mold doesn't appear to be level. So I've got a gap there and that part is very thin. So I want to do a top layer on that. And what I might do is get a stick and just kind of prop that up. That may, well, hopefully will make that level and I can do the top level. But the resin that I make for the top coat of that, I will also use to top coat that. We'll start off with the extras demolding. So that one is just the plain white. That's come out nice. I might do gold accents on that. This is the gold one. There we go. And then this is the gold, clear with gold flakes. And then a backing in white. So again, that's quite nice. Like that. So those are the extras. We will go with the vase first. Yes. Come on. There we go. Let me just put this back right. There we go. Okay, so that's the vase. That's come out really nice. I do like that. And I'm glad I did end up having to do the gold flakes in the clear at the bottom. Yes, I'm happy with that. And move those out of the way. Okay, and then it's the tray. Yes, that is exactly how I wanted it. So that's good. Let's just get these molds out of the way. Okay, so my plan is to have the vase and then the flower there. So, what about the other way? No, I like that way better. So I will get this sticker put on. Just bear with me while I'm get this sticker free. The sticker does not want to come free. Right, let me just get some tape and see if this works any better. try that again. There we go. Put that down there. Get rid of that sticker. Okay, so just like that. Yeah. Just using one of the silicone tools to mix it, and it gets all pushed down without getting my fingerprints all over the place. There we go. So there we go, that's how that's going to be, and then that's going to be there. So I will get some resin mixed up, and we'll get that top coated and that also top coated. So yeah, let me do that and I will be right back. Okay, so I've just got 2 ounces here. I'm just mixing it up. I'm just hand mixing it. I'm not using a mixer at this time. So just get this mixed up. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to add a tiny amount of this ultrafine glitter, because it just gives it that little bit of a shine. So let's get that mixed up. I am, like you can see, I am mixing lots of bubbles in, but I can get those out easy enough. Okay, so and then when I say I'm just adding a tiny amount, I mean I am literally just going to add a tiny amount. So that's all I'm adding. And then you can just see, hopefully, how it just makes the resin shimmer a little bit. That's all I'm after. So I'm not going to file, well, I might actually just quickly, I can't find my file. I was going to just quickly file that down. Bear with me, sorry. Okay. Okay, so I bought myself an actual file set, so I'm just going to file that down a little bit. Just so it's level. And then I want to score that, because that's where it will be sticking to the tray. And then just get a paper towel with some alcohol on it just to wipe it down. And what I will also do is just give that a wipe down just in case. Okay. And then it's as simple as just pouring a small amount onto there. It's just enough to cover the base. And to cover the sticker. I don't need it anything more. I might need a little bit more in here. Just trying to get it to all settle. Yeah, That's going to need a little bit more. And then if you see any places where it's pulling away, that means it just needs that little bit more. So I think that's good. Got a lighter here, so just go with the lighter just to get rid of any bubbles. And then it is going to be a case of just putting this down where I want it. Come on. Get it in the right place. Yep, that's correct where I want it. Right, so yep, that is where I want it. So as I was saying before, let's just get all these little bits up, and then I will pour the rest into this here to make up for the, come on, there we go, to make up for that depth there. Well, just make certain it goes up to the edge so it doesn't look odd. Will most likely need some trimming. Got a fair bit there, and I do have some extra, so what I might do is just grab an alcohol ink. So we've got a blue here, just giving that a quick shake up, come on, and a couple of drops into there, and pour the rest so there's no waste. Okay, might get one more. Let's pick another colour. Coffee I don't want. White. Copper. Let me get this mixed up, shaken. Just so again, a couple of drops. And then hopefully there's enough resin. I think that should be just enough to cover the marks of the mask. I'll get another little bit out. going to swap to this one because this one does seem to get every last drop out. There we go. Right, so that's it. Leave those to cure again, and I will be back for the final reveal. Hello and welcome back. Okay, so a little bit of a disaster happened. So that got filled and then it overflowed and it caught onto here. So I've had to sand it down, but to fix that, I'm going to go around with some rhinestones. So when you see the pictures at the end of the video, that will have rhinestones on it. Did the other couple of extras, and yep, time to unmold this. So you should be able to see. There we go, that's where it all overflowed there. Okay. Okay, so that's quite nice. It needs trimming down, but I knew that with it overflowing. Yeah, that's quite nice. Seems rather chunky at that side and not at that side. So, but it's the first time I've done this mould, so I'm not certain how it's meant to go. But yeah, so I'll get that trimmed down. I think I'll probably paint his eyes black, nose a pink, and then put his lips on. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else I need to do with that. So other than trim down, but yeah, I'll show you the pictures at the end. So that's it for this week. Come again next week and see what we get up to next week, and watch out for the photos at the end where you will see the rhinestones on here and this one painted up. Okay, see you next time.